Hello and welcome to Living Fabulously with Bev. In today's Top Tips, I'm talking to Melissa Costello, and we've been talking about all things to do with clean eating, managing your mindset, and actually about no more starting over on Mondays. Welcome, Melissa.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So, Melissa, what are your top tips for no more starting over on Mondays?
Well, I think that, one of the things is people put so much pressure on themselves. And when we're in the dieting mindset, it's very easy to get off track. And so I think that, unlearning the dieting mindset is a really powerful step. And what that means is just start to take notice of how many rules and judgments you have around food and your eating. I think that that's a really important step, is to just take notice of those judgments and rules that you've put into place. When I was going through my journey, I had so many rules, and I found that the rules were what actually always made me feel like I was getting off track, because I had such strict rules, right? And so if you can start to just bring the awareness to the rules and the judgments and just start to notice them, that's like a really basic first step. I think the next thing is to really tune into your own physical hunger. I feel like a lot of us eat, because we think it's time to eat, or it's lunchtime or noon, or we're eating for some other reason besides physical hunger. And so tuning into the physical hunger, feeling your body, just really connecting and seeing if you are physically hungry before you eat is a really powerful step to take. Because then a lot of times when we eat when we're not physically hungry, we're just ingesting a bunch of extra calories that our body doesn't even need, right? And so then that ends up in weight gain. And then people get frustrated because they don't understand. And the other thing I will, just talk about clean eating. I think that a really important tip is to find the way of eating that works for you. Like, what's bioavailable to your body? What feels good for your body? When you're putting fresh fruits and vegetables in, or whole grains, or lean proteins, or things that, notice if they feel good for you or if they don't feel good for you, and your body will always give you feedback. So like I said earlier, when you connect to your body before eating, checking if you're hungry, it's also good to connect after you eat something and see, like, how do I feel? Do I feel good? Do I feel energized? Or do I feel sluggish and run down? So just connecting to your body to understand how it feels after you're eating. So I think those are some pretty big, good starting points to just really attune and connect to the body in a different way, and to know that by doing that you're going to build a stronger foundation instead of always having to go on a diet or start over all the time.
Yeah, that's so true. The starting over, and it's almost like we give up all the goodness that we've been doing.
Yes.
When we make one choice that we don't feel is the right one.
Right. And that's why I said, for the tip number one, like, notice all the judgments and rules you have around food. Like, how many times do you say, oh, I screwed up, what's the point? Oh, I'm a failure. Oh, I ate bad, now I ruined my whole day. No, you didn't. You just made a choice that wasn't aligned. And so just move forward and make the next best choice. So it's always about moving forward and choosing in the moment what's going to serve you the most.
Yeah, because I think of, in the New Year's coming up, and this is time where people put so many rules in place about what's going to be different. And before the end of January, people have tripped themselves up and they give up completely, instead of, like you're saying, one small step at a time.
Yeah.
That's fabulous. Thank you, Melissa. And
you're welcome.
Where can we find out more about you?
So my website is karmachow.com, KARMACHOW. And I'm on Facebook. I have a private group there called Food Freedom Breakthrough. And Karma Chow is all my handle for Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. So you can find me there, and my website too.
Oh, brilliant. And so if you love what you heard here today, you can listen to the full interview, and you can find that at www.livingfabulously.com/podcasts. And we know that you'll enjoy this. It's just going to be freedom and breaking through, as Melissa says. Thanks so much for being with me today.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.